Good morning, everybody. Welcome behind the scenes here at Jamie Riddler Studios. I am Jamie, and it is Tuesday, and I'm so excited. Tomorrow is the first day of spring. It snowed a little bit here last night, so I think that's winter making sure we don't forget about her and that we say goodbye to her with a sense of appreciation, not just like, ah. So I'm trying to appreciate her beauty and to say goodbye to her with a sense of love and appreciation and welcome in spring tomorrow. And so that means here in the studio, we are starting the spring studio yearbook. We're having a live kickoff call tomorrow, which is so exciting. It's the full moon tomorrow. So those of you who are participating in the studio yearbook, you'll be making your first dream board of the season. And it's not too late to join in. Go on over to openthedoor.ca, click on studio yearbook, and you can get yourself the PDF and just take it out to Staples or your local printer and get yourself sorted so you can start tomorrow. So I'm very excited about that in the studio. We're also doing the first ever ephemera exchange. So we'll be partnering up people who want to participate, and everybody will be able to send each other stickers and cutouts and magazine images and pretty things. And I think it's really going to be fun. And so I'm looking forward to that. But there's two things that are on my mind today that I wanted to share with you. The first is decision fatigue. Have you heard about that? It's when our brains literally only have so much capacity each day to make decisions, and then we're worn out. And then we are tired, exhausted, and unable to make as good and positive decisions as we were at the beginning of the day. And I've been thinking about this in the context of I'm reading a new book. I'm listening to it on Scribd, which I've recommended to you guys many times, and I'll leave a link below to see if you're interested. Last time I looked, if you went through my link, you get 2 free months. And it's called Game Changers: What Leaders, Innovators, and Mavericks Do to Win at Life. And it's by Dave Osprey. And I just started it like literally last night. So I'm not sure I can recommend the whole book to you, but I can say that this place of starting about discovering the reality of decision fatigue and how can we work with it is really something I'm thinking about. I've been trying to figure out my top ways of using my best energy for my most important decisions. And here are 2 things that I know work for me, and so I offer them up in case they work for you. And I'd be so curious if you have things, strategies, tactics that work for you to support your positive decision making and not running into decision fatigue. I would love to hear it. But my 2 are: tend to my sleep. So make sure I get enough sleep. Actually, I think I've got 3. Get enough sleep, and then make my biggest, most important decisions earliest in the day when I am fresh, when I have that full reservoir of decision-making ability. That's when I want to make my most important decisions. And then the other is minimizing the decisions around things that are less important. So for example, I've talked to you guys about capsule wardrobes before, and I love style, so I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it. But this winter, in anticipation of our renovation, like I thought we might be moving earlier, and I've been going through my clothes, I pared down my wardrobe to real basics. But basics I really loved. I also took the effort to get out and shop for the 3 pieces I knew were going to pull my wardrobe together. Like I needed 1 pair of nicer pants in order for everything to work, or else I would have a whole bunch of stuff that couldn't come together. And I needed 1 new nice sweater and 1 other thing, which I can't remember right now. And then I had a very easy time getting dressed and never felt limited, just felt joy at choosing what I chose. Like, oh yeah, here's the pants I wear when I do this. I love these. Oh, here's my sparkly sweater. I love this. And it felt so good. And it simplified my life in such a powerful way that I'm thinking of continuing with that through the spring and summer, and also looking for where are the other places that I can simplify, not with any sense of loss, but with a sense of love. So that I know, yes, these are the foods I love to eat, and we always have them in our house. They nourish me, they make me feel energized, and I get such pleasure out of eating them. And it doesn't always have to be about eliminating. As I said, part of the key for me for my winter wardrobe was adding the key pieces that made it work. So mainly, I want to bring up this idea of decision fatigue for you. One of the things I say all the time is art making is decision making. So we need a lot of our decision-making capacity to channel into our writing, our editing, our painting, our performance art, our theater productions, our poetry. Which words stay? Which ones am I going to cut? What costume am I going to wear? What colors am I going to use for this painting? There's so many decisions in this that we want to leave ourselves free to make good ones. The other thing I want to talk to you about, and this is specifically for those of you who have dreams and aspirations of being an entrepreneur, a podcaster, a blogger, an artist who shares her work with the world. One of the things that can shut us down is that voice that says there's not room for us. The market is saturated. Look at how full it is. I couldn't possibly do X because there's so many people doing X really, really well. How is there room for me in this space? And what made me sort of think of this opening that I want to share with you is talking to friends of mine. So I went out for dinner with a friend of mine last week, and she started talking about some online people that for her are so awesome and big and impressive and doing such good work that it didn't make any sense for her to move into that space. And I had no idea who they were. I'd never heard of them. And I thought about how that happens often. I have another friend who she's my good entrepreneurial buddy. We talk all the time, and she'll talk about somebody who she really thinks is doing great work and really commanding the space. And I'll be like, who is that? I've never heard of them. And that's the case for me too. I'm sure you too, that there's people who you think are in your space that are so shiny and so successful and are making so much money and have so many followers that there's just nothing left. But if you think about it, does your mom know who that person is? Does your sister? If you go to work and you are having coffee and you mention this person to your colleague, would they know? There's lots of the world that has not been touched by your realm of work. Do you know, it's like one of the core things we do at the studio is dream boards, and we've been doing them for over a decade. And I'm sure you know what a dream board is, and you probably made one. But if my husband went to his work, they'd be, what? What is that? I've never heard of that. That's new to me. Maybe they're not interested, so that's a part of it. But maybe out of all the people that are there, there'd be two. There'd be two. And so that's another part of the question. How many people do you need? I want us all to make a big impact with who we are and what we share in the world. But don't let that feeling of big impact intimidate you from getting started. It's not what you worry about when you get started. When you're getting started, follow your heart and help who you can. So build what it is that you want to build and help who you can. Don't wait till you have a website. Don't wait till you have a business card, if people even use them anymore. Don't wait till you have your branded colors and your appropriate email. If you come across somebody who needs, who's really suffering in their body and you're a massage therapist, say, hey, I can do something that can help you. Would you be interested in being my client? I have appointments starting next week. Make a start. There's room for you. Believe in yourself. We forget sometimes in our little pockets of social media that the world is a big place and we are a part of it. So that's what I'm thinking about this morning. I hope you're going to join me for the Spring Studio Yearbook. We start tomorrow. It's not too late to dive in. There's room for you, and think about how you can support yourself in making the best possible decisions for the most important things in your life.